to the third Biblepay show. Today is the 24th day of July, 2018. I'm 616 West Warmouth. I'm on the left-hand side.
And I'm Togo.
And there you are on the right-hand side. Welcome back. It's been a little while since we've had our last show. Been a busy start to the summer for me. I think the same for you, hasn't it, Togo?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's also been a busy time in our coin. Welcome to the coin. We talk a little bit about Biblepay. That's the coin Togo and I are both heavily involved in, both in terms of support and our holdings, but also we believe in the coin and the mission of the coin. And can you kind of like give us the mission of the coin real quick, Togo, in a nutshell?
Sure. So the mission of the coin, I guess the mission of every cryptocurrency is to replace government fiat money so that it's not controlled by the government and more can't be printed of it. But there's all different types of cryptocurrencies that do different objectives. They have different goals. I'd say with Biblepay, part of the goal, other than becoming money, is that we want to help the world. We want to make the world a better place. We want to help people that are in distress. And so our 10% charity is a big part of that. But also we want to help with healing and curing. We want to help with cancer research, science research. And so we reward people for contributing their CPU cycles to science research programs.
Excellent.
So that'd be about the gist.
And we are a masternode coin, and we do a little bit of what is traditional proof of work mining, which we call proof of Biblepay hash, which we sometimes refer to as proof of, it's called heat mining. And then we've got our masternodes, which function on this normal masternode scale. And then we've got our research mining, or proof of distributed computing, through the Berkeley Open Interface for Network Computing, or BOINC, because scientific progress goes BOINC. I think I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of how they got their name. You remember Calvin and Hobbes? Probably not. You're too young.
Oh, I love Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, that was one of the names of their anthology. Scientific progress goes BOINC. Anyway, so what's new with Biblepay? Well, the biggest news, the new mandatory update, 1.1.3.8. If you're on Windows, it'll have a C. You won't actually see it, but the download is 1.1.3.8C. There is actually a Linux update that it's 1.1.3.9, but that's not a mandatory, just a leisure update, but would be recommended for masternode holders as far as I can tell. Although I've not actually heard that officially, but as far as you at-home players, 1.1138 is your code that you want to have. Right now, as of today, we've got about 799 million coins in circulation. Again, that's off of a 5.2 billion theoretical maximum. And I think we've talked before why we probably won't hit the theoretical maximum, haven't we? Or do we need to cover that?
We've talked a few times.
Okay. You want to just give the brief summary of why we probably won't hit the theoretical maximum?
I don't remember exactly.
Okay, I do. It's because of the dark wave gravity.
Okay. The difficulty algorithm.
Or DGW, dark gravity wave. There we go. The difficulty algorithm. Difficulty. So, if for some reason if it's harder to mine, you'll get less coins on the next cycle. We also are a deflationary emission schedule. So every roughly coin month, we call it, every three. Let's see. I have to do the math. I should have done this before. 205 is 60. Every 6,150 blocks, we'll have a new emission cycle. That's our super block cycle, which is our budgetary cycle as well. That's 30 coin days. A coin day is 205 blocks. And I don't know if you know this. This is what I was looking for before, and I pulled the wrong stat. But can you guess, since July 12th, which is when we had the mandatory, and one of the things that the mandatory did was to correct or help get us towards our target of 205 blocks a day.
Yeah.
So
the block time.
So the block time had been trending towards about, it's getting almost up to 200, but there were some times where it'd really fall flat on its face. But can you guess what our block time has been since? I believe it. Let me see. Since July 12th. And this is just based on observation of the super block, the daily proof of distributing computer super block.
I'm not sure, but if I had to guess, I'd say exactly 7 minutes.
No, we're a little off.
Nope.
We're not bad though. So in the 12 days since July 12th, we have lost about 4 hours over 12 days, which basically is about, not quite, it's just about 3 blocks a day. So every calendar day we're producing 202 blocks, even though a coin day is 205 blocks. But anyway, that's neither here nor there at this point. Our current block, block 60,346, that's 60,346. The next PODC super block will be 60,485. It'll hit around 12:30 or so tomorrow afternoon, Central Standard Time. For the rest of the world, I'll let you convert it into your own universal coordinated time. The last block reward was shared between the Proof of Biblepay hasher, or the heat miner. He or she got 495 Biblepay. The sanctuary that was rewarded that block got 4,459 Biblepay, for a total of 4,954 Biblepay. So there's 282 master nodes right now. So in theory, the way the master node system works is if you're the oldest master node to have not received an award, in theory you should get the next reward. There's a few little minor bugs with that, but for the most part it's working out pretty well. Not all those 282 are actually active at any given time, but in theory that would mean if all 282 were active, you'd see about 5 block rewards per week. So we'll see. The last super block for PODC, which was at 60,280, paid out 1.131 million coins. A total of 201 payees received payment. And the price when we last looked, or we can look here in a second. We can look right now, actually. The price right now is 30 Satoshi. And that works out to be just under a quarter cent. So that kind of gets us to where we are now, I think. I do love talking about our BOINC progress, though, because it makes me happy. It dumbfounds me that we are still such a virtual unknown, and it bothers me in some ways that we lost in the Masternode Super Tournament to Crave. Nothing against the Crave community. I have much love for you guys. You know, you guys beat us fair and square, but man, oh man. And I don't want to be disparaging of Crave because that's just not polite. But I think we offer a lot more than Crave does in the grand scheme of things. They're a more established code base. They have more established users. I give you mad props for that. But long term, if you look at what we've done at BOINC and Rosetta at Home, World Community Grid, it is nothing short of amazing. For a little background, we started at Rosetta at Home on February the 7th when we were in testing. Proof of Distributed Computing went live March the 6th. That's when the real players started to enter the scheme. On March 30th, we started with World Community Grid, and World Community Grid had a problem with the GDPR, the European Privacy Law, and as a result, there was no reward for Biblepay researchers between June 9th and July 15th. And in fact, the downgrade of the reward started near the end of May. But we have knocked it out of the park. So Rosetta at Home is about a 13-year-old project. Biblepay, Team Biblepay, yesterday had a rack recent average credit, 8.7 million, which is about twice that of our closest competitor, our good friends over at Gridcoin. Our daily actual credits was 6.8 million, which implies that our RAC will be decreasing. And that's in part because World Community Grid's popped up and a lot of people are moving, like myself, machines back over to World Community Grid for a variety of reasons. But we've got 1.14 billion total credits. That's third all time. Again, 13-year project that we've been involved with since February the 7th, and really since March 6th. In about 2 months, we should be number 2, and within roughly a year, we at this rate would be number 1. Meanwhile, World Community Grid, we did 2.3 million credits yesterday. 2.3 million RAC yesterday, 3.8 million credits. That implies that our RAC is going to be increasing to about that 3.8 million. We have 122 total 122 million total credits. We're 181st overall, which you got to really wrap your brain around this. We've not been with World Community Grid since basically April 1st. We've been off World Community Grid for the most part for about 5 weeks. Here it is, July 24th, not quite 3.5 months later, and we had a month and a half of downtime in there, and we're 181st on that project. The top 5 teams in terms of rack, because we're number 6. The top 5, Marist College, it's number 5. Gridcoin, number 4. IBM, number 3. I'm sorry, we're number 5. Marist is 4. Gridcoin's 3. IBM's 2. The University of, and I'm sorry, good folks, I'm going to mess this pronunciation up, but I'm going to get it as close as I can. Kaiserslautern, they are number 1 with a vengeance. They're really tearing it up. But our RAC, if we go up to 3.8 million, that'd put us just under IBM. We should be the top 150 within the week. We should be top 100 within the month. And we should be in the top 50 before fall, or by fall. So that's that. So tell us about what else has been going on in the Biblepay universe. There's been a lot.
Yeah,
there has been a lot, and I need to breathe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just go in order of what's been going on. Me and Luke, another member from the community, we were recently published on a podcast with Canary Cry Radio, and the name of the podcast is "What is Biblepay?" And it's about 20-30 minutes long. So I'd recommend checking it out. It's a really good interview with them. So that was one thing that happened. Another thing that happened is we released our wallet for Mac OS. So MIP has been great at working on the Android and the iOS mobile apps. But now he's I think we needed like a damage file. Someone needed to compile the Apple code on their own Apple computer. So he went and bought that, and he set it up, and now you can natively install a wallet on your Mac OS computer.
Very nice.
So that's cool. Let's see, going down the list. QIEX, our Chinese Hong Kong exchange. They helped us out, and they translated our white paper into Chinese. So that was really awesome that they did that for us.
And we're one of, I was counting the other day. Actually, I was counting this evening. I was trying to count this evening. How many exchanges are out there that have, or how many coins are out there that have a website, a white paper, and governance? All 3. And to me, the website's easy. To me, the white paper, if you do it right, may not be easy, but you can throw together a white paper.
Yep.
The governance, I think, is the hard part of that, to get working governance. But as of, this was data from the Omni Analytics group, and they compiled a list. And as of their last compilation, there were only 16 coins that had a website, a white paper, and working governance. Biblepay joined the giants that are Dash and Pivx on that list. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Omni Analytics. They've been doing a lot of analysis of the Masternode community and a lot of Masternode coins. You can actually go to their website. They have a crypto part of their website, and they actually sell Masternode reports, which is amazing. And they've analyzed in all different sorts of categories all of these Masternode coins. And what's interesting is I bought one of those reports, and they ranked Biblepay number 19 out of 375 Masternode coins.
Wow.
So that's top 5% for the Masternode category.
And that's kind of a testament to that. And if you're new to Biblepay, none of this should be taken as investment advice. None of this is just purely for information. But it does seem like Biblepay is, for the potential, got a wild potential, in that we are very potentially undervalued. But maybe we're correctly valued. Maybe we're overvalued. We can't give that investment advice, but I would definitely have you, if you are looking to add another coin to your repertoire, do check out, do some due diligence on Biblepay. I think you'll be pretty impressed. So beside Quix, is that how we pronounce it? See,
I just keep saying QIEX, but there's probably a way.
I can't get those numbers out of, or those letters out of my mouth in the right order. So, but keep going.
Okay, so let's see.
I interrupted you. I'm sorry. That's
no problem. No problem. So Jop and Thomas and April were working on a new website for Biblepay, and it got released. So go check out biblepay.org, and you can see our totally new WordPress website that's filled with a lot more information than the previous website.
I'm gonna bring that up here while we're
awesome.
Let's see here.
And a lot of kudos and thanks to Jop, and thanks to Thomas and April, because they helped out a lot. I helped out a little, but I really didn't do much.
It's gorgeous, and if you go to there, you can start with I'm a new to cryptocurrency, or I'm a crypto guru. If you want to just jump to the wallet, you can hit the hot link there. You want to go to any of the things, how to get started with Biblepay, how to earn Biblepay, how to contribute to things. There's the Biblepay show. Is that us?
Yeah.
We're famous. But I tell you, that is a top quality website, and it's just getting better. I mean, they are working hard on that, and their work is really showing.
Yeah, and a lot of thanks to Jop. Jop did amazing.
So what else do we have? Because there's one thing I know that we've got to talk about.
Okay, so we did fund our 4th charity, and this is the Kairos Children's Fund, and they're on Facebook. And I don't know, how much did we fund them for?
I thought we sponsored 10 orphans. 10
Probably about 10.
So.
Oh, and talking about orphans, we're up to now sponsoring 339 every month.
Very good.
So that's cool. We got our 4th charity. And then we had our last budget, which we can go over. I don't know if you want to go over that.
Well, there's
might as well. Here, I'll send you the link.
Here, you can see what's on my screen. That's not on the broadcast screen at the moment.
Okay.
That's the thing we need to talk about. Can you see?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There
so one of the big news is that
clues.
We got on a new exchange, CryptoBridge. And what's interesting about CryptoBridge is that it's a decentralized exchange. So you always have the keys to your funds. So that's really interesting. But another interesting thing about CryptoBridge is that it's the exchange with the most Masternode coins on it. Last I read, there were 86 Masternode coins listed on CryptoBridge. So that was big news. We've been live for probably almost a week now with them. And I've been tempted to set up a decentralized trading node with them, but I don't think there's any incentive to.
Okay.
Is the issue.
I was wondering how that went.
Yeah, I was looking into it, and there's no incentive.
There we go. I don't know why it was behaving poorly, but there it is. And can you explain just in brief? I'm going to throw you on the spot here, and if you can't, that's fine. But can you explain the difference between a centralized and a decentralized exchange?
Oh man, yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm educated enough to explain, because I'm not sure if I understand how CryptoBridge works exactly. But my understanding is that there's a bunch of random people all running nodes that are actually running the exchange, whereas in a centralized exchange, it's usually the one company, the one organization is running all the hardware and software. And so if your coins are on there, and so this actually happened to us. We were on Coins Market, which was an exchange we were on early on, and they actually went offline. Well, guess what? I had some Bitcoin on there. I can't access my Bitcoin. They're offline. And they basically kind of came back on, went off. They never came back on with us. And they just basically kind of disappeared now. And so now my Bitcoin that was on there is lost. It's on their system. It's not my keys. I don't hold the keys to it. They own it. It's gone now. So with CryptoBridge, my understanding is that this shouldn't happen to you. But I don't know enough about it.
And that was kind of my understanding, is that there's a little more complexity to doing trading there, but at the end of the day, that complexity gives you a lot more control. And it's the old adage, the coins on an exchange are not really yours. They are the exchanges.
Not your keys, not your coins.
Correct. So So, all right, let's we can talk about the proposals. That's where I think we were heading, wasn't it? Was that
Oh,
where?
we're probably headed towards looking at this month's proposals. I don't know if we want to go through last month's or not. We don't
We,
have to.
I'll
The only
pull it
other
up.
big thing going on is Rob, our lead developer and creator. He's working on Stratus, on porting the Biblepay code over to Stratus. And Stratus is written in C Sharp. It's the whole Bitcoin code written in C Sharp. Um, and so he was messing with that, and he has a roadmap for that and where his progress is on it.
And can you explain why that would be valuable or important to
Yeah.
Bitcoin?
So right now, so just in the world in general, there's not that many C++ developers. Um, and right now, for blockchain developers, for every open blockchain job, there's about okay, for every blockchain developer, there's about 16 open jobs for the developers. So there's a huge demand for blockchain developers, but all the code's in C++ and it's specialized, and not many people know C++, especially younger programmers nowadays. So if they can, we can port it over to C Sharp, we could potentially, multiply our developer pool. And there's lots of other reasons for Stratus. That's just the reason that I see that will help out. But they get us a nice wallet. They have a lot of the features that we need, and it's all written in C Sharp code. But in Stratus is a top 50 coin, so it'll be interesting to see how it works out.
And isn't kind of the idea that if it works out well and it ports well and everything does what it is, at some point we would just shift over to a C Sharp code base based on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my understanding. And another thing is apparently it's kind of hard to develop in a C++ environment also. So this being in the C Sharp development environment might actually speed up development.
So here we'll pop up the proposals. This is the last super block that was at 55,350, and the proposals that passed were the 2018 recurring orphanage monthly expenses that got 780,000 Biblepay. The Cairo Children's Fund passed; it got 365,000 Biblepay. The IT proposal, a proposal to add a user interface to the Biblepay QT, which I think that was so you could vote on.
Oh,
master
yeah, we
nodes.
didn't talk about that. So
that's why
now
we go through this.
Yeah, so we have in-wallet proposals now. So now actually in the wallet, there's a tab. You can actually enter proposals from the wallet. There's a proposal add tab, and there's a proposal list tab, and you can actually see all of the proposals. And you can actually vote on them from the wallet now.
If you're a sanctuary holder, you can.
If you're a sanctuary owner, yeah.
So yeah, that's actually. There's not too many wallets out there. I know Pivx was talking about doing that, and I don't know if they ever got it done yet or not.
I'm not sure. I've seen a couple coins talking about adding in-wallet proposals, but I haven't seen any of them actually do it. I did see a couple days ago a programmer going around saying, hey, I can add in-wallet code into your code. I can add the proposal code into your code. So someone has some code out there.
So yeah,
we're kind of first on that, possibly.
Yeah, we're definitely in the leading pack. We'll say we won't necessarily claim first, but I can't prove we're not. Then that was about 920,000 Biblepay. The June 2018 web hosting expense is about 128,000. Compensation for Yop's work with Biblepay was about 330,000. The May IT expenses, that was about 286,000. Your mixed bag of PR work was about 370,000. Luke's work from the last few months was about 338,000, and the Biblepay website work by Z Thomas was about 674,000. Now the new proposals for this cycle, which will be Super Block 6150, 61,500, and again we're on. It's probably moved.
We're only like 7 days away from this.
Yeah. So we're at boy, I can't even find it right now. Oh, we're at 346. So yeah, we're 1,000 and 1,100 away from this, and the proposals are currently the recurring orphanage expense about 600,000 Biblepay, the VM Fusion license for Mac OS testing about 56,000, compensation for July work for Yop 326,000, June IT expense about 297,000. The website add-ons for BiblepayOrg were going to cost about 90,000 Biblepay. formation of the Biblepay Foundation. This is kind of a proposal to do what I really think we've needed to do for a while, and I'm glad to see it. But this is just kind of a generic proposal that you have to put a value to things. But the proposal, I think we talked a little bit about it, but
so far in this YouTube show we haven't talked about it.
Okay, I get confused what we've talked online and offline about sometimes.
Yeah, so. it can get a little confusing. So basically the foundation, so we're running into an issue. We're just random people on the internet, all connected together, but we still interface with the real world and having to convert Biblepay into government fiat, into dollars, in order to pay our charities and stuff. And so the idea with the foundation is that we actually set up some sort of corporate structure within a country to where we can then be a nonprofit, and we can then facilitate all of our paying of the different charities and stuff.
Yeah, excellent.
There's probably more to it, but that's kind of the gist.
No, that is the gist. And the nice thing is it gives us a public repository for, it's the thing I always say, technically I still own the Biblepay logos because I'm the one who paid for the contest and they had to go to someone. So I'm the owner of them, but I shouldn't be. And that'd be a great repository for intellectual property. It has provisions in there for code base, continuity of code base, and we use the spork function to do things at the masternode level to kind of enforce things. And right now, Rob's the one that has the keys to the car on that. But as more developers get on board, and as we get more market cap, and there's more necessity to have distributed power, then there's proposals for that. PR, we've got your PR for July and the end of June, and some ads on Google, Twitter, and Facebook. The Masternode CN Online Statistics, it's a Chinese website similar to the Masternode Pro and Masternodes Online that we have now. The new exchange fund, which is just something we've been kind of putting money in the bank, as it were, to try and get listed on more exchanges, because typically to get listed on a new exchange, it's not free, because our volume right now is so low that most exchanges need some sort of grease to grease those wheels to make them work, and so they charge a fee. If we were Bitcoin, they probably would be glad to have us without a fee, but we're not Bitcoin, or even Ethereum. We're Biblepay right now. So that's about $1.5 million. There's also a new exchange listing proposal. There's been some other individuals have been working on trying to get on some new exchanges. They're asking for $840,000. The Biblepay airdrop, which was like $1 million Biblepay to try and distribute more Biblepay to people, get more users, because at some level the value of our coin is limited if there's only 300 or 400 of us trading it around. If there's 10,000 people, the valuation may not go where we want it to, but it'll probably go to a more fair valuation. Then the letter writing bounty refill on pool.biblepay.org. That's the other proposal. If you've not voted on it, there's no excuse not to. You can go to your wallet. The one thing I would tell you, if you have your wallet at the default resolution and the default size, you may need to expand the wallet to see the last couple proposals. They kind of roll off the edge. But there should be a little blank spot underneath your proposal.
So I have something to add. So for the airdrop, that is Jop is doing that proposal, and basically, he wants to give some coins away for you, setting up your computer with the cancer research mining. And so Rob was looking at that, and Rob actually, I think, set up a new faucet to where if a user sets up through the whole process and gets a little bit of rack with the cancer research mining, then they'll get some coins.
And that's, I think, what the 39 update is on the masternodes. That's not a mandatory for users, because I was looking through the code base, and I'm not a very good programmer, but that's what it looked like. It was more or less adding in that sort of thing. So
and then the other thing on the letter writing, Rob has actually increased the bounty for the letter writing all the way up to almost 6,500.
Yeah.
And that's about like $15. That's a good, $12-15 to write a letter to one of our orphans. And the reason he increased the bounty was because we had so many letters that needed to be written, because we need to write a letter every month to each one of our orphans.
Every month or every 60 days? I was thinking.
Oh, it might be every 2 months then.
I think you can write every 30 days, but we insist on sending a letter every 60, if I remember right. But I still haven't heard anything yet. There's been talk, and I assume it's still in the works, where you can kind of basically claim your own orphans so that you're generally the exclusive person writing to them and have a little more continuity. But that's certainly amazing, and that can be actually done outside the wallet code base. So as far as the wallet goes, we don't expect another mandatory update for the target is at least 3 months. That's what Rob tends to try and go on, at least a 3-month development cycle. So as long as there's not a pressing thing that dramatically changes the blockchain, we might not have another mandatory for longer than that. But the hope is that we don't have one sooner than that, and that's so the casual user can update their wallet once every quarter, basically once a season, and still stay in sync with our blockchain and not end up on a fork and not end up having to worry about, oh no, I sent my coins away and they were using this one and I'm using this one and what do I do?
Oh, no.
So, I mean, ultimately, if you're on the wrong chain, but your coins are from the right chain, and this is going to be confusing to people, so I'll try and make it even simpler. If I'm a mandatory behind and I want to send Togo 500 coins that I've had since day one, and I send them to him, it might not work, but those coins won't be lost until ever. The better example is if Togo sends me 500 coins and I'm still on the old version, I might not get them, but those coins are still in the system. It's just I won't see them till I update to the next mandatory release, typically. So back up your wallets, back up your wallets, back up your wallets. Do it at least once a quarter. I would do it before you do every mandatory. Back it up on a flash drive.
That your wallet is encrypted. Also.
Yes. A simple password is better than a complex password, or is better than no password. A complex password is better than a simple password. But yeah, even 1234 1234 is going to protect you more than no password.
I'd be a little careful with simple passwords because there are people that do brute force all the little easy passwords to try to break into wallets.
And there are. You really should use standard password procedures. Try and pick a reasonably long password. If I can pitch a product, it's an open source product called KeePass, KEE Pass. I love it to death. It's open source. It's free, and it's a password manager, and it'll give you default 24-bit passwords all the live long day, and then you never have to remember them. Just double click, paste, and there you go. And it's really clever because it doesn't hold them in memory for long. It'll hold them in memory for I think 40 to 60 seconds, and then they're gone. So all the side memory force attacks that are out there, which are not real common, but people need to be careful. Even those aren't going to work because it's not going to be copied to your clipboard. It's going to be copied to a temporary RAM position. So highly recommend that. Makes it a lot easier to remember my masternode password, which I wanted to be fairly secure, and I was like, I'm never going to remember this. Oh, wait a second, I got this password manager. Awesome. Okay, so what else is on the
so we basically went through everything, but there's one more thing.
Just one?
Yesterday was Biblepay's 1-year anniversary.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Biblepay.
Yes, indeed. I can't remember if we've talked about this on the show or not. Did you start from the beginning of BiblePay?
I started a couple weeks after it launched. Yeah, I started mining. I was looking for a CPU coin to mine.
I did the same. I downloaded it, and my antivirus flagged it because it didn't know what to do, so I was a little sketchy. And about 2 or 3 days later, I downloaded it again, and the antivirus wasn't quite so upset about it. And I thought, well, I got a laptop. I can just throw that bad boy on. If it really makes things bad, I can reformat it. So I started. I can't say for sure that I started on July 27th, but I think it was before the end of July. So
okay. Yeah, I started in August.
It's been a lot of fun to see how the coin has developed from it started as a CPU only heat mining, proof of work mining coin, transitioned to a combination CPU masternode coin. Then we suffered from what most CPU only coins suffer from, that we're very vulnerable to botnets because we just are as a CPU.
There's a lot of infected computers out there.
Yeah, and they're really cheap to rent. So So that's how we transitioned to the proof of distributed computing or research mining through BOINC. We had the issue with Rosetta at home running out of tasks, which really hurt us for a couple days, which is how we added World Community Grid as the second project. And personally, the project I like the best. I've reached out to, can't remember who it was. Let's see which project it was. But I've reached out to 2 of the projects to see if they would be interested in being on the show.
No way, that's awesome.
I've not heard back from any of them, so I could reach out to the King of England and
yeah,
but well, I thought we might have a shot, and I still think we might. Just a matter of I'm sure they get a lot of requests.
What's kind of funny is that I did tweet the Pope the other day.
Oh, nice.
I told him about Biblepay, so that was interesting.
That is. And it's still my intent, and I do need to get with you offline because I'm pretty sure you have the contact data, but I would like to on the next cycle, the next show, which hopefully won't be 2 months from now. Hopefully we can get this done a little faster. But my intent is to have an interview in the very near future with someone from compassion.com. Let them talk about the contributions Biblepay has mentioned, has made to the organization, about the orphans we're sponsoring, kind of the general mission of compassion.
That would be awesome.
And because there still are to this day people who kind of question, because you got to take it a little bit on faith, that, well, but what if we're not really donating 10% to orphans?
Yeah, totally. It's still a big question, and we're still, to my knowledge, we're still rejected from doing a banner ad in the Bitcoin Talk forums by Thamos, the head forum admin. He still believes that our charity stuff isn't totally legit, and we're working on trying to prove that, hey, everything is legit, and all this money has gone to actually charity and orphans and food and all sorts of things.
So maybe we will see, and that's actually something that's good, that the foundation will give us legitimacy. If we're an actual not-for-profit registered corporation, it's really hard to say we're a scam. Not to say that there's not bad corporations out there, but that does put us head and shoulders above. I wonder if we can get Omni to do another graph, and let's maybe see if they'll do the graph that has. Let me find it. So, website, white paper, governance, and corporation.
Ooh.
I bet you then we would. We'd be in the top 3 or 5.
And if anyone still is unsure whether Biblepay is legit, whether this charity stuff is legit, you can call up Compassion. You can call their number and confirm how many orphans we have with them. So if anyone still is unsure, just give them a call and let us know how it went.
Yeah, and that's part of why every individual could do that. It's why I'd love to have Compassion on, just because they could point to things. Although if you're 36 minutes into the show and you're thinking, man, I think these guys are still scammers, then you, my friend, have more patience than Job. I tell you. So seems like there was something else I was going to talk about. Let me look at my notes real quick. See if we've got anything else.
I don't have anything else on my list.
We've got our Twitter. We've got we're on Discord. We're on Slack. Of course, we're on Bitcoin Talk. So the things that the last mandatory fixed, the timing, it made the timing better. We're still not at quite 205 a day, but for my money, I mean, we're within like 1% of that, 1.5%. That's good enough for government work. Now that the EU privacy thing is over, we don't need to worry about the World Community Grid not being a valid backup project, because I was starting to have some concerns we might need to pick a new backup project. But the good news is one of the things we changed with the last mandatory upgrade is it's going to take a 7-day back look at your recent average credit for heat mining, for proof of Biblepay hash mining, instead of a 1-day look back. So if something like the superblock bug did reoccur, it wouldn't mess things up, because everyone's going to have a 7-day average and the block timing would stay the same. Because when you don't have anyone that has any RAC, then no one can mine for 15 minutes per block, and that really throws our block timing off. The superblock bug, which was when we had the proof of distributing computing or research superblock, which is a daily superblock, when it hit the same day as the budgetary superblock, only one superblock could survive. There could only be one Highlander. And we wanted the budget superblock to win that, because it was kind of where our coin gets its strength from. That bug is gone. We'll know here in about 7 days if it worked, but from all the testing, it looks like that's going to be done. CSEX, the first exchange we were on, still remains in limited service, which means you can trade internally on it, but you can't add coins to the system. You can't take coins out of the system. Knock on wood, another, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, and it'll be back in full service?
Yeah, hopefully another month. And they've randomly come into full service, but it usually only lasts an hour to a couple hours.
Yeah.
So you have to really be watching their Twitter.
We're on Crypto Bridge. There's a chance before the next show we could possibly be on another exchange, but I'm not going to promise that or even guess what that would be. But I would say if we can get another show done in the next 2 weeks, then we should be really close to number 2 on Rosetta at Home in all-time RAC. We should be probably in 3rd place in daily RAC, ahead of Gridcoin. Much love for our Gridcoin brothers, but we should be 3rd in daily RAC, and we should be in the top 100 and change, 120, 130 in all-time credits. So, and if it takes us a month, we should definitely be in the top 100, and we should definitely be the number 3 team in daily RAC. So, tell your friends if you stayed with us this long. Talk to your friends about this. If you've got friends that are in the scientific community, friends like the best example I can give is my stepfather. He's a very good, smart scientist. He's actually a research scientist. And when I talked to him about cryptography and cryptocurrency before, he's just like, I don't get it. And you know what the thing that made him get it? BOINC, the proof of distributing computing. It all made sense to him at that point. So there's always an inroad to people. Biblepay is unabashedly a Christian coin. We're unabashedly trying to help the world through our charitable contributions. We're unabashedly trying to help the world through scientific research and improving the lives and health and position of everyone in humanity. We are here for those things. You might not get everyone on every single spot. You might not hit a home run with every pitch, but spread the word to your friends. I can't again give investment advice, and neither can Togo, but I have to say I would be very optimistic that someone who had $10 burning a hole in their pocket, instead of getting that 24 pack of Pepsi down at the store, get $10 worth of Biblepay and just join our community and see how it goes and be a part of us. And you don't even have to buy to follow us. Follow our feed on Bitcoin Talk and see what we're all about. Give us suggestions. Follow our show here on YouTube, and just come along for the ride and be a part of hopefully what I think is going to be a very successful coin, even if that doesn't mean financially, because at this point, if we're still at the same price where we're at in a year, but we're the number 1 team all time at Rosetta at Home in scientific research, number 1 all time, which we should be in a year. I mean, how awesome is that a 2-year-old coin could accomplish all that? And it's through the direction and the guidance of Rob. It's through the dedication of people like Togo, Yop, Z Thomas, myself to some extent. All the members of the community that have been active and researching and following and making suggestions. That's how we've gotten to the 1-year birthday and how we are where we're at now. And I think the future's bright. Maybe bright enough to wear shades.
Yeah, I totally agree. And if you're looking to do any work and get paid for some work, you can create a proposal in the Biblepay system, and you can get funded in Biblepay coins for your work. And so if anyone out there wants to do some work, create a proposal.
And it's easier than ever. You can do it from the wallet. You will need, 5,000 coins to make a proposal?
You might only be 5 right now.
5 coins?
Yeah.
That was, huh.
Yeah, because I think it used to be 2,500 through the pool website, and I think through the wallet right now it's only 5. I'm not sure if Rob changed the default. The default is 5.
Okay. Well, there is a small fee to make a proposal.
Very, very small fee.
We'll say that.
Right
even 5,000 would be, what would that be?
$15, $10,
$12.50. Yeah, 1250. So anyway, we thank you for tuning in. As always, we'll try and get some more information out to you. Keep up with the Twitter feed. That's a good way to do it. Keep up with the Reddit feed. That's an excellent way to do it. Keep up with us on Discord, Slack, Bitcoin Talk, and thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.